Hello there, and thank you for joining us on the Monday edition of Journalist Hangout. I am Kemi Fola Adeyemo. Today on the program, INEC declares Anambra governorship election inconclusive, orders supplementary poll in Ihiala local government area, which will hold on Tuesday. Also, chartered architects are demanding a triple-level probe of the Ikoyi collapsed building. And later on the show, bandits kill 2, injure 3 out of the 66 Kaduna abducted worshippers. I'll be hanging out today with Gani Kayode Balogun and Mojid Jamiu, while Babajide Kolade Otitoju will join us from Abuja. Journalist Hangout starts now. We begin the program with the latest on the Abdulrasheed Maina debacle, which regards pension fraud in Nigeria. Well, this has finally reached a conclusion this Monday, as the Federal High Court in Abuja has convicted and sentenced the former chairman of the Pension Reform Task Team to 61 years imprisonment. Well, the court in the judgment delivered by Justice Okon Aban convicted Mr. Maina for money laundering and stealing of 2 billion naira belonging to pensioners. And that's how we begin Journalists Hangout at the Monday edition. Welcome, gentlemen. GKB and Mr. Mojid, you're welcome to the program. But talking about the Maina issue now, what do you make of today's judgment and sentencing?
Today is a big win for the anti-corruption fights of this present administration. Don't forget, this is the landmark case that will make or mar whatever this government is preening to be their achievements when it comes to fighting anti-corruption. For 2 reasons. For the last couple of years, we have seen twists and turns when it comes to this, including the convict now escaping out of the country, being brought back, his son also pulling some sort of Houdini and all that. And it has become so rampant that a lot of people just assume that the Maina family are above the law, that they're untouchable, as some of us will say. But this, of course, is a sign that given the right environment, the judiciary can do the job that they've sworn to do.
Well, what will it be for you? There were so many takeaways for me, anyway, looking at that, talking about the involvement of banks and all that. But for you, what was the high point of today's judgment?
And I think I would say kudos to EFCC for being able to get to see this to a conclusion, especially with the fact that Maina had 3 bank accounts with fictitious names and different photographs, but with his signature. They were able to trace that. He had 500 million in one of those bank accounts, 1 billion in another account, and another 500 million in another one, totaling 2 billion. At least the EFCC was able to ascertain that, and they were able to trace his BVN to those 3, even given the fact that his names were not on those accounts. So this is a lesson for those who will steal money and use the names of their house help and or relatives to open an account, but then they will be the one signing the signature. So it's a good case. I mean, it's a good one for the anti-corruption body, the EFCC. I think kudos to them.
All right, absolutely. Let's hear from BKO joining us from our Abuja studio. Good evening, BKO. So what for you was, the biggest takeaways in that Maina judgment delivered today?
Well, I've been anxious to see a conclusion to this court case. Is a long-running one, and finally conviction has been secured. I will want to see what happens in the upper courts, because I've seen people convicted in this country for corruption, and the upper courts ruled that they didn't even have a case to answer. So I'm extremely cautious about taking a position. Remember Hassan Lawal, former Minister of Labour? In fact, he was set free. And with Justice Okon Abang being the judge, I'm a bit worried. I've seen Okon Abang convict people and superior courts set them free. I don't know what will happen in this matter, but I'm just cautious. At the end of the day, what we want to see is for corruption to be defeated in our country, no matter what way that happens. But at the same time, the EFCC must do its job diligently, and the judiciary must also do its job with even-handedness. So that's what we want to see. We'll be interested in seeing what happens in the next few days, whether there will be an appeal and how that appeal is resolved.